If you guys do get somebody that's not paying for ads, make sure that you guys do a pullback at the end of that call, especially if you don't know where the deal's at. I've got a guy right now, his name's Ricardo. He is really pissing me off. And you guys are gonna deal with this because everyone likes to say this. So we got him on the hook, told him we're gonna give him a couple leads and all that kind of stuff. Everything was good. I even got to the end of the call and I was like, look, dude, don't waste my time. I'll give you a couple freebies. And I over exaggerated this because I was like, I'll give you a couple freebies if you're looking for a couple free leads. But if you're not trying to grow, do not waste my time. I don't want to waste yours. And here's why, is because he's not paying for ads. He's on like Angie's List, but it's turned off. It's the only person, well, it's the first person that we could get to agree to leads. So just so you guys know, if you guys do get somebody that's not paying for ads, make sure that you guys do a pullback at the end of that call, especially if you don't know where the deal's at. Because I didn't know, because he was like, yeah, sounds good, blah, 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 blah. And I want to make sure that he's actually interested. So I said, dude, are you looking to grow? And he's like, yeah, man, I am looking to grow. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I said, the reason why I'm asking is because I've had people in the past tell me they are, and then they go MIA. So I really teed it up so he couldn't pull some BS. Fast forward. So I sent him 3 leads. They were pretty good leads. After the 3rd lead, he calls me back and he's like, hey, I just wanted to tell you about that first lead. I'm like, okay, that's a good sign. He's letting me know about this lead that I sent him. And I said, dude, I really like that you are giving me all this information and following up. But really the reason he was telling me is because he thinks that I'm going to ask him for money. And I said, dude, all of these leads I'm sending you right now, they're yours. I don't care if you make any, if you make money on them, you can keep it. I don't expect anything. I just asked for a conversation in a couple days. So he gets on yesterday. He tells me about this lead and he says this is the phrase that literally, like, I won't even want to say what I wanted to do to this guy. Facebook will probably ban me, but he said this stupid phrase. He said, all right, man, sounds good. If anything comes of these leads, we'll talk business. That's what this guy says. This guy has the freaking balls to say, if anything, as if I need to wait on Ricardo to go close a deal. By the way, Ricardo's not licensed, bonded, and insured. I found that out during a freaking call, which is fine. I'll still take his money. By the way, he's kind of showing a couple red flags and I'm about to fire his ass because every time I call this guy, like, these are some of the things you should look out for, is I call him and I'm like, hey, Ricardo, I got a lead on the phone. You got a second? And he's like, oh, I'm kind of busy right now, but yeah. I'm like, well, I got a lead, dude. Do you want to grow or not? Because you told me you want to grow 2 days ago and now you're acting like a bitch. So which one is it? So there's already some red flags and he drops this stupid freaking statement. So I said this, and this is what you guys should say to this exact thing, because you will hear this. And when we first called, we did the exact same thing. He's like, oh yeah, I'll give you a percentage. He's like, just understand I need to tack it on to my price. And I'm like, no. We're going to talk about that later. Don't you worry, Ricardo. So here's what you're going to say that. And this is what I said to Ricardo. I said, dude, here, let me ask you this, Ricardo. If I sent you these 3 leads and you close all 3 of them, is it fair to say that you're going to close 100% of my leads? Well, no. Okay. So likewise, I'm telling you that because if you don't close any of the 3 leads I've sent you, you can't base this off of 3 leads. You have to still close the jobs. And so I'm telling you that because my objective here isn't to send you enough leads that you close a deal and we talk business. That's not how this works. I'm trying to let you see how the process works. I'm trying to show you that they're real homeowners, but I'm telling you right now, as you know, and I said, what's your close percentage? He's like, oh, it's like 40%. It's probably 20 or 10, like, let's be honest. By the way, just a quick side rant is people always think they have a high close percentage because they only get referrals. They don't have an online presence. They don't pay for ads. They don't do anything else. If your close percentage off of referrals is 40%, that is terrible. If your close percentage isn't 80, 90% in that range on a referral, then you suck. So he says 40% like he's just killing the game. And yes, I have some real animosity towards Ricardo right now. So anyway, I said, dude, are you going to judge this if you close all 3? Are we going to assume that you're going to close 100%? Absolutely not. Of course not. So you cannot go off of 3 leads. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send you 2 more and then we're going to talk. That's how this is going to work. It's like, okay, sounds good. That is how you guys overcome this, because what's going to happen is a lot of you guys are going to get into this situation and it's like, well, what do I say to this guy? What do I say? It's like, no. That's the one-liner that you need to use, because think about it. That's ridiculous. If you did send him 1 lead and he closed it, can you assume that he's going to close every lead? Of course not. So why do we send people 3, 4, 5 leads and then they're like, well, I didn't close any. Well, are you 100% closer, bro? You know what I'm saying? Because here's what I found is a lot of times I'll send people 10 leads, they go 0 for 10. I send them 10 more and they go 7 for 10. And that ends up being basically 40%. I mean, it's a little bit under, but it still ends up being very close, right, to what it would have been. But you got to look at this over the course of a few leads. So my objective, again, is not to have you close a job here. I'm trying to show you what these are about. You still have to close the job. And I said, look, I got the data right here. Last month, I had 76 calls. So, and I said, there's going to be some spam. There's going to be some duplicates. We're probably looking between 40 and 50 people that need estimates per month. So next time you get asked or you get the one-liner, because you will get it, you're going to get the, hey man, this sounds good. This is cool. And if anything, let me tell you what, if anything comes of these, we're going to talk business. That's what you're going to say, because you're going to get it and it's going to piss you off. Like you can tell I'm really irritated right now. And the worst part was, so what got me fired up is I just tried to live transfer him another lead moments ago and he did not answer the phone. So you know what I texted him? Hey, brother, just tried to send you a lead with a customer on the line, AKA a hot transfer. I said, am I sending you too much business? So I'm messing with his ego a little bit. Guys, do not be afraid to walk away from deals. If I do not hear from Ricardo today on that text back, I'm chopping him. He is gone. I will not give him, I'm done. And there's already been some red flags. And honestly, the reason I'm going with this, I had someone else actually get this person hooked for me. And I'm like, let's see if I can do it. He's not paying for ads. He's not the perfect qualified candidate, but the leads are coming in and they're going to voicemail anyway. So why not? Anyway, that's what you guys need to say. That's the perfect comeback. And you will have to say it, I promise. And Ricardo, I'm going to close Ricardo still, though. I have a feeling. We'll see what happens.